Good evening, it's NNX from the Northwestern News Report. I'm Micah Sandy.
And I'm Angela Zhang. Let's get right into your top stories.
Evanston's Paws and Claws celebrated their 4th birthday at the Palm House last Friday. The birthday bash not only commemorates 4 years of operation, but also 1 year filled with growth and community since opening their first permanent shelter on the Dempster Mile.
I wanted to create a community I was personally excited to be part of, and I'm honestly just so proud that I think that's where we're finally at.
Stop by 829 Chicago Avenue or check out at Paws and Claws Cat Rescue on Instagram for some feline therapy.
The Evanston Farmers Market officially made its return last Saturday. Located behind the Hilton Garden Inn, the market hosts over 40 vendors. Students and residents alike eagerly await goods like fruits, vegetables, flowers, and cheese. Running every Saturday from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., the market will continue until early November.
Evanston's Bach Week had its final performance this past Sunday. The annual festival featured a series of concerts and events celebrating renowned musician Johann Sebastian Bach's life and work. People traveled around the world to enjoy Bach's most iconic pieces. Richard Webster acted as Bach Week's music director since its creation in 1974. He said the tradition's end was bittersweet, marking the occasion with gratefulness, not sadness.
For everything, there is a season, and we felt that 50 years to the day was an amazing moment.
The final event was sold out and marked the end of Bach Week for the foreseeable future.
After a ban barring tattoo shops from opening in the city was lifted 4 years ago, the city of Evanston is preparing for its first tattoo shop to open its doors later this month. Co-owners David Liebert and Isabella Viola each have several years of experience as independent tattoo artists. Now, the couple looks to open a storefront in Evanston. Liebert says they had to apply for a special use zoning permit from the city of Evanston, which they received at the last city council meeting. But it's still a waiting game, as the state health department is yet to come and inspect the shop before it can officially open. Liebert and Viola say they'll be handing out limited punch cards to their first 150 clients and offering a permanent student discount in hopes to gain a relationship within the Northwestern community.
Dining hours are changing at Norris University Center. Starting yesterday, Shake Smart's hours are now 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and meal exchanges will be accepted all day. Previously, meal exchanges couldn't be used between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. The convenience store is now opening at 9 a.m. and closing earlier at 7 p.m. every day. Mod Pizza and Starbucks will close earlier at 8 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights too. And on Fridays, 847 Burger will be open until 7 p.m. These changes are for the rest of the quarter as Norris determines whether they'll remain in effect for next fall.
When walking past Kresge, you might see a bike sculpture. NNN's Luis Castaneda tracked down the artist and found out what it means.
Inspiration striking Ian Lay when things weren't riding so smoothly.
At the time, there were so many bike thefts going on. My roommate, for example, got his bike stolen twice.
His roommate saying those thefts added up. He spent
probably like 600, maybe a little bit more.
Now he's not taking any chances, locking his bike with not one, but 2 locks. The thieves did leave one thing behind though.
Just the wheel, and it was so sad.
That same wheel, recycled in Ian's work of art. Around campus, abandoned frames, wheels, remnants of past bike thefts, many with notices of violations, but few that have been picked up.
I'm a huge biker, I love to bike, so it was just depressing seeing this form of transportation just being strewn around and left abandoned.
Ian's piece taking a spin on the idea of a bike.
Is it allowed to be on this rack? What happens when the parts are left? Why hasn't nobody stolen it yet or done anything with the bike part?
And this is just the beginning. Ian already starting his second installation downtown.
There's certain parts in downtown Evanston where bikes are very policed. For example, you'll see a lot of no biking on sidewalks, bikes aren't allowed here.
Ian hopes his piece sparks a conversation about how cities are designed for cars, impacting those that need bikes to get around. Luis Castaneda, Northwestern News Network.
For NU students interested in getting into sculpting, check out Professor Michael Rakowitz's Introduction to Sculpture class. Micah, have you seen the sculpture on campus?
Only last quarter. I haven't seen it this quarter yet, but I probably will on my way to Shake Smart meal exchanges.
That sounds like a great plan. I wish I had meal exchanges.
Don't worry, I got you.
Awesome, thanks. That's all the time we have for NNX tonight. Stay tuned for the Northwestern News Report coming up next. I'm Angela Zhang.
And I'm Micah Sandy. Good night.